Now it's the time to decide the accents and the things that are going to make this an outstanding vessel. So I want to show you how some of this goes for me as a process. I went to Joann's and I bought some fancy fabric. This is one of them. This is the other one. I wanted something that would kind of look light and feathery. So I want to show you what the process is like. So this is the outside of the vessel. I took the first one and I laid this down, and I like the way that looks. It's very airy, very colorful, very pretty. And then I took this one, which is the very same kind of technique, but in my eyes, this is much softer. The lining is up and down. It's very, very soft, the way that it looks. This one's very active. Okay, so that would be having two panels with either this one or this one, and then two panels that are going to be like the finale. So I started by looking at these beautiful little poinsettias, and I thought, all right, let's try putting 3 of these on here. 2 I don't think is ever a good match. 3 would look good. By the time we join this all together, this would look pretty good. I would need something to trim on the edges all around. I tried cord, good color, but I'm not sure that that's really what I want. So that's a possibility. The point is, try everything. Then I found this yarn that I've always liked. You know that eyelash yarn that you got? I put that down and I tried that. That seems to flatten what I consider to be really the highlight of this. So I took these guys away and found these. Believe it or not, I found these at Joann's, in where they've got all the ribbon and things. I love this. It's dynamic. It's not heavy. It looks beautiful on the white, snowy kind of fabric. Okay, that would work well. I could have this on 2 panels, this on 2 panels. So this is the beginning, not the end. This is the beginning of putting this all together so that they look great together. To add to that, we're going to have some trim on the outside where these 2 pieces come together. When you put 2 panels together like this, we have to have something that's going to go on here to finish this trim. Now, I like the idea of the crystal because it's shiny, but it doesn't take away from the red. But I think it's almost too big a bead. Give me your opinions as you're watching this video so you can help decide, and we can work together on how we come to finally deciding what's the best way to do this. So I know I need a trim. I know it's not going to be a trim like this because this is just not enough. I tried ribbons and it didn't work. I tried, and I still might anchor it down here on the bottom. You're not going to really pay attention to this, but this might be where I put this on the bottom. So this is as far as I got. I've decided that I'm going to be using these 2 right here. 2 panels will be of this, 2 panels will be with this with more decoration on it. I'm going to go back to the store, and I think I want something soft underneath this because I think this is almost just too shock, just too much shock between the 2 of them. So the next the next part of the video. So what I'm going to do is kind of live with this. I always take a picture of what I have so that I can see it from a different perspective. But I think we're on the right track with it. This is open, this is airy, this is kind of playful, it's kind of party-ish. This is the dynamic accent that we've got. It might be something that is crystal and shiny, but not necessarily colored. I think that would be good. It rests your eye so that your eye is looking right in here. Where if I use something like this, in a way, it's almost a distraction. And if you don't agree with me, let me hear excuse me, I'd love to hear your comments on how would you put this together. So let's go on to the next and see what I did. So I fooled around different things to see what would look good. Did I want to use the trim around each of these panels to be red or to be silver? Here's where you can see the red. I got some silver stuff. Everything that I've got for this tutorial is either like at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Amazon. Nothing unusual that you couldn't find if you wanted to go ahead and order and follow exactly what I've got. So this came on a roll, and it was $3.49 right here. Pretty good price on this. And there were 3 yards here, so I knew there'd be more than enough for me. And I debated between the silver and the red, and I finally decided that I liked the red. However, this is what's so great with working with art quilts, because I thought, you know what? I'm going to do more than one. I'm going to do two, because when you look at it this way, this is really, really pretty with the silver. That's one of the things that I love about doing these art quilts, because trying to make a decision is a little bit tough to do when you got all these really great ideas, but you know, it leads you to realize, oh, well, I can just do another one and do the way I want. Now, I tried several different ways to attach this. I used fabric glue, I used jewelry glue. None of it worked as well as my dear trusted hot glue gun. And I have more control with this glue gun than I do anything else. So all I'm doing is very gently laying this down a little bit at a time so that I can keep things under control. I'm not pressing down hard. I'm letting it just kind of touch into the glue. Then I'll come back, and if I see a little space like right there, there's a space, I'll take care of that in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and go all the way around this with my glue gun and get this all lined up and do it around all of these guys. I'm not going to ask you to sit here and watch me do this. So I'm going to speed up the video and get all the way through this. Then we'll go on to what happens after this. In the final video, we're going to be going over putting it all together. This is where we do the hand stitching of putting all of the panels together. And a reminder that if you choose to do this by machine, you are certainly welcome to do that. Just make sure that everything can fit under your pressure foot and take your time when you're doing it. Again, I want to remind you, I am always available by email. If you have any questions, I will be glad to guide you along the way.